So this is another video that talks about time, healing, closure, and broken promises and all those personal, private things that people suffer on regular basis. On an interesting note, I was listening to a song and the lyrics were talking about it is the job of the time to heal us. I couldn't stop but laugh, but that's the culture. That's a pure reflection of the culture we're living in. And we expect time to give closure, we expect time to heal us, we expect time to do things for us. So funny, we are supposed to make use of the time and moments that we come across in life to actively do something about ourselves and heal and give closures and get rid of those who have not kept their promises or broken their promises or never promised anything real in the first place. It's so funny, this song was focusing on what if I can't get closure, what if time doesn't heal me, what if the time doesn't do its job of healing me, and literally it's like that. So just like the whole blame culture is there everywhere, it's so funny that time was expected to do our job on our behalf. It's not like that. It's definitely not like that. Time just passes by. Just like whether you are gonna live through your life with purpose or not, or you are gonna just pass through life just like that, casually. Just like the wind passes by, the air blows through. Are you gonna be living like that, or are you gonna do something active and real about your own life about it? And there is this perpetual comparison of humans with animals, which is such a degrading thing. Animals don't have souls and spirits. No, they just exist and they eat, sleep, procreate, and shit, and then on repeat mode, and then they die. They have no bigger existence. They're not built for that. And by so many so-called intellectual scientific concepts focusing on that, they are asking humans to degrade themselves to an animal which has no purpose or meaning in its existence, and just pass through life by without doing anything at all with it, pass time without doing anything at all, and then expect great things to just fall in your lap, and if not, blame the whole world for it, and blame everything and everybody around you for it, because it didn't do its job. It's supposed to serve you and serve your purpose or whatever. Such a joke. I mean, I've been noticing a lot of things lately, but this was the funny thing I just wanted to talk about today. Like how passively and shamelessly, purposelessly, meaninglessly, aimlessly, people want to just get by, pass the time, their entire useless existence, and then blame when things magically don't fall in their lap, or things don't just work out for them, or things healing or whatever it is that doesn't just work out for them magically in its own way without them doing any work or lifting any finger. Such a funny thing, such a shameless way to look at life, and then to compare themselves to animals and things and objects and things like trees and stuff like that. Like, you don't even want to accept that you have a higher, bigger existence, so that you can escape and say, oh, I'm just a degenerate, so I'm okay with degenerate lives. So I would rather compare myself, and I call myself a philosopher, someone who is detached from society, and I call myself a degenerate of some kind, and I take pride in it because I live a useless life like that, like a degenerate does. Or I literally degenerate since my birth to by the time I stop existing, and I'm okay with it. But the problem is, you may think you're okay with it. You're bringing down a lot of negativity your own path and bringing others down with you. Oh, but you're okay with it. That's the shameless part of it. It's not just the shameless part of you living a pathetic life and comparing yourself to something degenerate and something much low level than you, but it's just creating that culture and cultivating that uselessness and aimlessness and mockery of the human existence itself, and creating that uselessness and the culture of uselessness around you, and bringing down a whole lot of other people down with you with that concepts, with that useless concepts. That's the shameful part of it. You ruin your own life, nobody gives a shit. It's your choice, go fuck yourself. But that's not the shameful part of it. The shameful part is you are more than willing to bring others around down with that kind of mindset and attitude and degeneration. That's a problem with it. Because then you are interfering with other people's lives and messing with the cosmos unnecessarily. If you go fuck yourselves, it's okay. More than happy. It's your own fucking choice. But that's not it. And then that's one part I wanted to talk about. It's a very shameless thing to live like that in the first place, and then make it a concept and call it a philosophy, and then theorize it and appear more philosophical and important and intellectual by talking about yourself in the form of such degeneration, and then publicize it and bring other people down to that level and make it seem it's okay and all that. That's not okay. That's one thing I noticed more commonly happening everywhere in the society, and perpetuating this ideology more so through cultural norms, cultural practices, and exposing to these kind of cultures in the first place through entertainment and media. Shameless. And that's one thing. And that's not how humans are meant to live. And then if it's your personal choice, that's not a problem. But you make it a more globalized, publicized one, then it's a problem. That's one thing. And another thing, like I mentioned, time. You go through time and do something with it. Time just passes by. It doesn't give a shit about you. And it doesn't have to. Just like the truth, it exists in and of by itself. It is in and of itself. It has a reason, a purpose, and a meaning to itself. And it passes by. It's not here to wait for anybody or prove anything for anybody. But as you go through that time, what are you going to do about it? It's going to be your job. It doesn't do the healing on your behalf. It doesn't do the working out on your part. It doesn't do the hard work to bring results and success and money into your life on your behalf. It doesn't do anything for you. It is there. It's a resource. It's a moment in time. It's an experience that was brought into your existence for some reason. And you don't want to use it. You don't want to use it productively. You don't want to actively do something with the resource that you have in your at your disposal or given to you generously by the cosmos. It's your problem. It won't do anything for you. You are supposed to utilize it for your own benefits, your own purpose, your own building, constructive. Do something with your life. Do something with your healing. You have to choose active healing every day on a regular basis. You have to choose higher level of living and thinking and wisdom on everyday basis. You have to live by certain standards and stick to it and cut off anything and everything ruthlessly that don't meet those standards and on a regular basis. You have to balance the dark and light. You have to balance everything. You have to choose it every day. And it's your job. Time passes by. If you don't do anything with it, it's going to happily pass by. It has its existence. It's not for you. It exists just by in itself. It passes by. It's a resource. Just like you waste your life, you waste your time, you waste your other resources in life and then blame the rest of the world because you didn't do anything useful with it. And that's the culture we are encouraging on a daily basis and exposing people through movies and songs and other entertainment and media, to bombard people with this kind of weak, pathetic, loser mindset and making it a, oh, it's everywhere, so it's okay, everywhere, it's okay, it's everywhere, it's okay, and all that. Pathetic. And the same with closure too. You give closure to yourself. Nobody's gonna give it to you. Not time. Just because you're sitting there expecting 10 years down the line I'm gonna be healed, I'm gonna give myself closure, just because time has passed by. And so it magically happens, and then I call myself moved on and I will do something with my life. But until then, I'm not gonna do anything because I have not given myself, because I have no closure, because I have not healed, because I have not addressed the issues that are affecting my life directly. I'm gonna sit there and tell that, oh, it's been 10 years, but I couldn't do anything. It means you didn't do anything. It's not couldn't, it's you did not. You choose to not do anything. That's your problem. You chose the problem, not the solution. Not the first time, of course. I can see that. If that's your attitude towards healing and growing and closure and other stuff. If someone made a broken promise and I'm stuck in it. I've heard so much and I did not do anything with it. I was stuck in that moment. Every now and then obsessively I go back to that moment. It traumatizes me and I'm stuck there and I won't do anything about it. I would rather go drink myself to death or have cigarettes or have sex or do something with drugs or find some other outside avenue to escape mechanisms, to escape from doing anything actively within my own power. And then I keep myself playing through the same scenarios, looping through, and then after 10 years you're still living the same life, and then someone comes along or something comes along and you're like, it's been 10 years and yet I still couldn't get over it. What do you expect someone to feel sorry for that? If anything, it should tell how weak, pathetic, and how you don't even work on yourself. It shows that you don't respect yourself or work on yourself. You don't work on healing. You waste so much time. You're an official time waster. And if you waste that much amount of time in your own life, people can clearly see how much time they will be wasting on you if they ever enter your space in any capacity. And any sensible person would be smart enough to run far away from you. That you don't do anything useful with your life. On top of it, you want to say it's been 10 years, it's been 20 years, it's been 30 years, and I have not done anything. I have not moved on. I have not healed. It hurts me. It still bothers me. I still go back to that moment. I still go back to that scene. I still go back to this. I still go back to that. Wow, you're living in the past perpetually, and you are encouraging it. You did nothing actively to handle it or manage it or work through it and close it once and for all. You did nothing. And then you gather people around you who would be okay with that kind of behavior. What a healthy person would see in you is that you expect time or something else or some other outside factor, if not humans, to do your job on your behalf. It won't. Everything in your life, including your own mind, body, soul, and spirit, is a resource. How are you using it is going to be your job. Are you going to use it at all for anything useful or not? It's going to be your job only. I see people who are stuck in the same kind of loop, and even movies. Even movies literally built around this concept. Someone loses something important in their life and they are stuck in that moment for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Like, what the fuck did you do in those 40 years? Nothing at all. Nothing inside. No inside job at all. I don't care what you have on the outside. You have not done anything that is of real value, that is of use, meaning, purpose, healthy, uplifting for your soul and spirit, for your mind and body. Nothing. You were happily stuck there in that moment and you were pity-partying around everywhere, stuck in that moment. Oh my God, as if you're so comfortable living in the past, living in the traumatic incidents, living in the stuckness of the events, living in non-closure, living in non-healing, living in not doing anything actively about moving forward in any way, shape or form. And if that's how much time you waste on yourself, on one loss or one event or one catastrophe or one devastating thing in your fucking life, anybody with enough sense, with enough working brain between their ears would run away from you, because you're officially the only stripe and tag you get is the official loser, official time waster, official sober, not SOBER, SOBBER. Party pooper. You poop around everybody and everything. Just stuck in that time, just stuck in that whatever loss it was. And that was just one event. God, oh my God. For a person who really lives through life, those kind of moments are gonna be tremendous in multiplicity. And they've healed, and they've overcome, and they've grown, and they've strengthened their spirit, cleansed their soul, they sharpened their minds, they healed their bodies, their wounds, their triggers, their weaknesses. And they're not living in the past. They hate it so much because it's like, what's the point? I'm interested in life. 10 years? You know how much I did in 10 years? Internal job? You know how much I did in 30 years? You know how much I did as a child? And you're a fucking grown adult. And you're more than happy stuck in one moment, stuck in living in the past and stuck in looking back all the time, living in circles and circles and circles and say, oh, it's been so long but I couldn't let go. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. Oh, this man has gone through something XYZ. This woman has gone through something XYZ. They have not fully recovered from it. It devastated them as if. It means they did nothing of value in that all time. And what a shame to live like that. To expect pity and sympathy is one thing. What a shame to even exist like that. Even the so-called plants and animals that you want to happily compare yourself with, which has a much, much, much lower existence, even they did a lot more in the time of those 10 years than you did as a human. Fuck you. Someone should slap the shit out of you to realize how pathetic your existence is. Because it is. It is so yucky. And then to perpetuate this culture and I don't have much options to do these days. As it is, my options are limited, my activities are limited, and most of the time I spend on watching movies, and this is what movies perpetuate this culture, this concept, this ideology is bombarding you with this weak ass pathetic loser mindsets. Or even worse, they don't heal or they don't do anything useful. That's one horrible thing. They don't give themselves closure because they have not even arrived at the point of even forgiving themselves and looking at the truth. When do you get closure? When you see your role in it and say, this is my part and this is what I'm taking accountability for, and I am not taking accountability for what's not mine, and so I give myself permission to move ahead because this is it. I did my best and this is what it is, and this is the role I played, and this is the reason this thing has happened. But now, not anymore. I've seen what I have done or what something has done to me, and so I give myself permission to free myself from it so that I don't have to go through things like that again, and I will improve myself so that I will be empowered enough to not go through something like that again. And I forgive myself for some reason I have put myself in that situation in the first place. Otherwise, I would not have gone through. So I learned something from it. I forgive myself for going through with it instead of blaming and self-pitying. You see, I won't hurt myself by blaming myself or pitying myself, and I won't look for pity from outside, and I'm not blaming others also. I'm not doing the hurt outside or inside. I am accepting and truly seeing the truth for what it is, accepting my role in it, and accountability has been taken for my part in it. And then I free myself from it because I said I deserve better. Okay, this has happened. I forgive myself for whatever it is, whatever weakness or whatever quality I have not developed enough that put me in this situation. I see it clearly. I see the truth clearly. I accept it. And I know I deserve better. So I'm moving forward. I heal it. I move forward. And so automatically there is a closure to it. Because you no longer have to go there and dig through the wound or incident or event or person, or there is no room for pity or blame at all. Not inside, not outside. Not to yourself or not to others outside. And that's how healing happens. That's how closure happens. Time is going to pass by. Or what are you going to do with the time though? Time won't do the healing for you. You do the healing for yourself. And time is just a wasting. You pass by, it passes by, nothing. And just by existing, time has better value than yourself. A plant, an animal has better value than your existence. Now, how about that? You can't even compare yourself to plant and animals and soil or wind or air. Even they do better job just by existing. In those 10 years, they did something much more meaningful and useful than you fucking asshole did in those 10 years by doing nothing. There's a power cut. So this is what happens. Like people just want to conveniently sit and say, oh, I've passed through this moment for such long and I couldn't able to give myself closure. Oh, this is so painful. Oh, this is so heartbreaking. Oh, this is that. Oh, this is that. They expect everything and everybody around them to do their job. So who's going to do their job? Like I said, the plants and wind and air and soil and animals did better job in those 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And I've seen even people 60 plus years, 70 plus, 80 plus, 90 plus years who did absolutely nothing with their fucking lives but dibble and dabble in dark shit or be stuck in moments without doing anything actively to move away from that, to grow, increase the quality of their internal environment, give themselves healing, closure, acceptance, love, forgiveness, care, nurturing, kindness. Nothing. And then once in a while, extremely rarely, they come across a person like me doing the best she can with every moment she gets in her life, every moment that God has given to her, no matter whatever shit people are throwing at her. She knows the value of time. She knows time is a valuable resource. She knows no 2 moments will come again and again, so she's not gonna waste anything. She knows its value. She knows how to use it effectively, efficiently for her own personal growth. And then they see people like me doing the job, doing exactly what I'm put here to do, which they refuse to do, and then they are fucking jealous and envious. They're angry, they're greedy. Oh, I want to snatch that ability from her. I want to snatch that ability from her. I want to steal that ability from her. I want to steal that power that she has that is making her, do these internal amazing jobs to herself every single day without stopping, without giving a pause, without slowing down. How is that? How is that? Because I do exactly what I'm supposed to do, what I'm meant to do, and I love it, I enjoy it, I respect it. Because I love myself, I care about myself, I respect myself, and I enjoy life in that way because I respect and honor it the way it should. I'm not a lazy asshole like you who doesn't understand the value of any resource, not just time, within me and outside of me. I know its value because that's why all you do is look at something and look at its price. How do I sell it? What do I use it for? How do I trade it for? What do I do a business deal for? That's what you look at. That's the shameful, pathetic, low-level life you live. You look at the price tag of everything. How do I sell this person? How do I sell this person's ability? How do I ruin it? How do I steal it? How do I rob it? How do I destroy it? That's your level of thinking. That's why you're exactly there at that low-level sewer drainage, pathetic level. You are the drainage, you are the dustbin, you are the dump. On the other hand, I know the value of everything. way beyond the price tags that you put on everything and everybody around you and within you. You sell things out. You rely so much on selling and buying and selling things out and selling yourself out so much that you don't even recognize when you see somebody who doesn't do it. Instead, on top of it, they understand the value of things so much that they do the internal and external job wonderfully. And nothing can stop them because they know what it means. They understand its value inherently from inside, and they do tremendous job with all the resources that were ever given to them, because they see the value. Because I see the value in them and I know how to utilize it in a best possible way. That's what alchemy is about. Perfect alchemist who knows how to utilize everything inside of her and outside of her and all the resources, respect it, honor it, use it, utilize it, produce something out of it, and do magical things with all this tremendous inner work, the quality of inner environment. Sharpen every day, do it, work, use the fire, use the force, use the intellect, use the thought, use the energy. Use anything and everything. I know how to use anything and everything. That's why I am exactly where I am. And this is just what? 1% of who I am. Barely. Because you don't even have the capacity to see the real divinity in anybody, let alone me. You can't see anything. All you see is the price tag. How do I sell it? How do I ruin it? How do I break it? How do I destroy it? How do I use it on a market? For you, everything is a product, an object that you can sell and advertise. And that's why you are exactly there in the muck, the sewer, the drainage, the garbage dump. Me? The royalty, sitting on the top of the top of the top, untouchable, unstoppable, unattainable by something as low as you, definitely for sure. Because I know the value of everything. I know the worth of everything, including and especially myself. And I know how to utilize anything and everything for the best outcome. And by doing so, I don't even bother anybody outside of me. I do my own internal job so effectively. And you are threatened because you don't do your job. I am doing exactly what I want to do, what I'm meant to do, what I will always do. And this is the way humans are supposed to really live their lives. Humans. No, but you rather compare yourself with garbage dumps, so stay there. But I don't care about garbages like you. I'm here to give a message. Because I know those who know the value of things, resources, that's what they do. That's what I do. If you don't know, that's on you. And no, not time, not any other resource, not even your own body or mind or anything would do anything for you. If you are not working towards anything useful or meaningful, purposeful with it, if you are not doing anything with it, then it won't do anything for you. It's a resource. How you use it is up to you. You're more than happy to selling it out. Go ahead and do it. But look at your own pathetic lives. You damage so many lives around you, not just yours. And then here I am doing the best and best of everything and anything around me and within me. And I do the best. I'm the best at what I do. I am. I'm the most powerful, and I'm sitting here and just doing it just on my own. Just sitting between the comfort of the four walls. And I'm not even stepped out into the world, into the real stature, real power, real identity of who I am. The world is coming to know, yet to know. And you don't like it. I don't have a problem. You don't exist to me. I don't give a shit. You have a problem with me because I'm growing. That's your problem. And that in itself shows your own attitude towards life and your own self. You don't matter to me. I know the value of things. And to me, garbage dumps like you are useless. Literally. And I'm unapologetic about saying it. And by existence, just within my smallest existence that you made sure to keep me in, and yet I am the most powerful person here in the entire creation. And this is just 1%. Mark it. This is just 1%. Because you don't see the full thing yet. And I'm not showing the full thing yet. Yeah. And that's how you live life. That's how humans live life. That's how you attain certain standards and rise above it. Even literally attain immortality, divinity within the human existence, within the human form. And that's who I am, that's what I am. The divine, immortal, sovereign, supreme being that looks like this in the human form. And that's the highest. And within that, I'm improvising on a daily basis because that's what I do. That's who I am, and that's how much I value myself. And I don't care, or I don't even waste my energy on lazy, pathetic assholes who are threatened by someone who actually does what they are put here to do. And they expect something else outside of them to do their job for them. They have bought and sold so many things and their people's lives on the market that they thought they can buy healing and other important stuff like that too. And when they look around, nobody is buying it, and nobody is selling it, and nobody is buying their shit. Because it's an internal job, and they refuse to do it. And it's on them. It's finally on them. And you're supposed to live life like that. It's all resource. How are you going to use it? What are you going to do about it, with it? It's yours. It's your responsibility for sure. And that opens the door for higher levels of existence. The higher. There is infinite. There is much higher. Even within the higher, there is something higher. But you will never even go anywhere near it with this kind of attitude, that's for sure. But you don't go, it's okay, it's a choice. But the problem is you try to pull others down with your nastiness. That's the problem. That's the problem here. It's not about you wasting your lives. I'm okay with it. I'm more than happy. The thing is, you interfere with other people's lives and growth. That's where I have the problem. And that's where it has got to stop. And not time or any other resource or anything outside of you will do your job for you. That's for sure. Human existence really is about that level of purposeful life. Diminishing it and degenerating it is on you. And so will the consequences. And it will always be an eternal truth. Again, truth exists in and of by itself. You like it or not, you accept it or not, you see it or not, you hear it or not, you agree with it or not, it doesn't give a fuck. It exists because it is. Truth is of highest order there is.